Hi everybody, welcome to Flex and Reflex Sunday Sit Down. I'm in a different location. I'm going to show you. So I'm in Adelaide. I'm attending a wedding today, and on the other side, which I don't have a view of because this is my room here, is the ocean, and it's beautiful. I've been up. Well, I got here yesterday. The wedding's today. Yesterday afternoon. I saw the sun set here over they got about, I don't know, say 100-meter long pier, like an amazing sunset. And this morning I woke up at 5:30 and I went for a walk along the ocean foreshore, and I took some amazing pictures of the sunset that way, sunrise that way. Go check out Instagram, Facebook, and you can have a look at those. So let's jump into the questions. I've got 8 questions today. Very much a mindset focus today. I've had a quick look through. But the first one's about nutrition. What are your top nutritional tips for someone looking to make a significant health change but is always on the go? Now, obviously, I don't know all the information about this person in terms of what their current health and wellness is. If people say they want to achieve a significant health change, it usually means weight loss is a part of that. But I'm assuming like more energy and so forth as well. And always on the go can mean a few different things. So I'll just talk about some different clients that I work with. So like, say, tradies that are going from one job to the next and next and next. I've got people that say work office type jobs that they have to go from, maybe say a sales rep, for instance. They're going from location to location, always basically living out of their car and other people's offices and that kind of stuff. So the key is, and let me add in another part. Some people are traveling internationally, traveling from location to location. Like I'm here in Adelaide today. There's not a supermarket in sight anywhere, so that becomes more of a challenge for me. But let's just go with these principles. You need to be prepared, right? So it's harder for me, say, traveling interstate like this, because coming into South Australia, there are restrictions on the sorts of food that you can bring. You can bring in some packet food, but you can't bring in fruits, vegetables, that kind of stuff. Now, on the way here, further away, I did pass about 3 supermarkets, but they're probably about 20 minutes away from here. So there are restrictions there. But if you're traveling from home each day, my tips are: prepare all the meals and the snacks, and maybe take an extra couple of snacks, maybe it's an extra couple of pieces of fruit or something, so that you've always got them with you. Now, if it's, say, really hot, then I have some clients that they've got, like whether we'll go low cost first. So you've got the little esky with the ice blocks in there or whatever, and you can put your stuff in there and it'll stay pretty cool all day. And safety is the important one. So making sure that if you're having things like, say, your meat, protein products or dairy and things like that, and the temperature is changing, like it's heating up, cooling down, very, very dangerous for bacteria. So we don't want to do that. You want to make sure that it's safe. I've got other people that they've got the plug-in fridges and that in their cars and stuff, so that they can, have that as well. Otherwise, some other things can be like take the snacks that aren't going to be, going to go off, and take those with you. And if it means purchasing your lunch, for instance, because you have no other option, like me here today. So I'm going to have a look. There's only like three different places where I think there's 2 pizza shops, there's a fish and chip shop, and there's a place on the corner that does salads and other things like that. So it's looking around for what is the best nutritional option I can get if you have to buy something. And then it's like, okay, well, have the dressings on the side. Like, just do what you can, but you've got to be as prepared as possible. So you take whatever you can. If you're leaving home each day, then you might have like a shaker or something like this, and you take some protein powder with you. And when it's time to consume it, add the powder in, add your water in, shake it up, drink it, have your piece of fruit or whatever. There are ways of doing it. I guess if I had more information, we could talk more specifically, because it's a big topic. Like if you're traveling overseas, personally, I find that really challenging. But My next time overseas is going to be Los Angeles again this year in November. And say what you like about American, the food generally is cheaper here than Australia, and the labeling of the calorie information and everything is like amazing. And like I'm staying near a supermarket, so I can get my snacks and the meals that I want and that kind of stuff each day for when I'm going to conferencing and that kind of stuff. So there are always ways around. If I had a bit more information, we could talk a bit more specifically about your situation. But that's how it comes down to your preparation and your mindset. The fact that, well, just because I'm traveling, I'm going to eat poorly, or I'm traveling and I need to make the best options, the best choices that I can to get the most highly nutritious food that I can in the meals that I've got. But if you can take more with you, so I've got protein bars with me. I've got I didn't bring any protein powder with me, but I've got protein bars, and I've got some good snacks and stuff, so I can make better choices. So, all right, that was a long answer. Sorry, I've got to get through 7 more questions. How do you incorporate mindset work into your fitness and nutrition plans, and why do you believe it's crucial? So yeah, that's a good question. So when I'm working with my clients, a big part of what stops people is their mindset, not knowing that they want to achieve a change. Like that first question, knowing that you want to achieve a change, but have you really made that mindset shift? So the way that I do it with my clients is it's tailored for each person, because when I first start working with somebody, I don't know whether, let's say with a meal plan, the workout parts are easy because people are coming to me, they're doing the workouts with me, or I'm doing it on Zoom, or for those clients that are more motivated, I'm giving them and they're on the other side of the world, for instance, I'm giving them the plan that they go and implement, and then I'll coach them on what it is that they're doing with accountability and stuff. But the mindset side, pretty quickly I can work out, okay, is this person, can they handle doing all the workouts at home or in a gym? Can they handle the meal plan? Are they going to do the work? And then it's seeing, okay, so where are they at? Let's just say that they're here, or let's go here, and they need to get to here. That's a big gap, right? Now, some people can handle everything all at once, and they say, look, give me everything, and I'll just do it. And they do it week after week after week. I've got some great clients doing some awesome work in that space right now. But then there are other people that say, well, yeah, this is the gap, but can you just give me this much? They don't necessarily say that, but I can tell. And then we have a conversation, say, look, how much do you think you can handle? And I say, yeah, look, I can do this much. Okay, so let's do this much for this period of time before we go up a little bit. And then we go a little bit further, and then we go up. So some people can go like from here to here straight away, others can't. So I really need to understand what they are. And some people, there's this saying that I don't watch what people say, watch what they do. And people say, yeah, I'll do that. And so, okay. And when you've only just first meet somebody, generally you can say, well, I'll take them on face value. What I know is that it takes time to see what somebody is really like, and what's their work ethic going to be like, how consistent are they going to be in implementing all of these steps. And then I can work out, okay, well, clearly this is what I'm thinking myself, you said that you can handle this much, but really you can only handle this much. So let's do that. Let's make sure you're consistent there, so that people can see the gains, they can see the results that they're getting. And there's a lot that the scales, for instance, won't show up. And it's around people just forming good habits. It's about like sleeping better, feeling better, less bloated, more energy, more focus, ticking those boxes that you have in your head and saying, oh yeah, I'm actually doing great work that I've never done before in now looking after myself. And that feels good. And there's a few of those boxes that get checked. And I'm in a good routine now. I'm forming some healthy habits. I'm out walking every day. I'm doing those things. And so it's very much a tailored approach, but that's how I do it. And so then I give the people the bits that they can handle and say, I want you to do this. So for instance, like water might be a good example. And I was just talking to somebody the other day. I said, how much water do you drink a day? And everybody always overstates the good stuff. I say, oh yeah, like I drink about a litre a day kind of thing, which probably means they're only drinking about 600. I say 600 mils because that's like a commercial drink bottle. I say, okay, well, if you can do that for the next week, fantastic, but make it consistent. If you are getting a litre, then let's just get in a litre for this next week, and then the week after that, let's see if we can get in 1.25, and then get in 1.5, and just slowly creep people up. So that's the way that I do it. This one's about mindset too. How has your approach to mindset coaching evolved over the years, and what key lessons have you learned? Well, that's a good question too, because if I think about the last 15 years, a lot that I've been running my business, and I've been doing this for myself for 36 years, and observing people and working with people as well, just not for money. A lot has changed. Just think since COVID in like 2020, 2021, 2022, now we're in 2024, and the things that have changed there for us. And so and the mindset has changed. We live in a different world now. The way that I'm recording this right now and will easily upload it to YouTube and the social media channels, it just couldn't have happened 15 years ago. So there's a lot surrounding us every day, lots of different challenges that have changed us. And I think the biggest change that I've made is that when I first started, is I thought, well, I'll tell people what it is that they need to do, hold them to account to that, and then they will get the results, which sounds like, oh yeah, well, that sounds about right. But what I've learned, and particularly with the challenges that my daughter has gone through and so forth with her eating disorder, it has made me more understanding, more empathetic of the different challenges that people do go through. And like referring back to that last question on mindset, how do I incorporate it into people's plans and everything? It's understanding each person as to where they're at right now, and saying, okay, well, how do we move them from where they are to a better place? What's the pace that I can do that? And so I think I've developed a more empathetic understanding of people, and more tailored my approach. When I first started, it was like, everybody's going to do this. It's like, everybody is going to follow my meal plans, they're going to follow these workouts, they're going to do this work, and that's it. Now I've just learned I need to tailor that mindset side of things. So that's been a good learning for me. I think there's been some clients that I would have coached differently earlier on. Like when I first started, people got phenomenal results, just like they are now. But I think it's what I'm noticing now is this is a generalization, so I've got people that are smashing it out of the park. But generally speaking, people are taking longer to get to their health and wellness goals. And I think part of that is just the complexity of life and the heaviness of life for people that has meant they're weighed down by a lot, and they've formed some unhealthy habits over a long period of time, and they're so entrenched in them, it takes a long time to get those out. You can't just change it overnight. I believe it's like 90 days plus to achieve that life sustainable change. Not sure your old 21 days or whatever it is, or some people say a month. I think it's longer than that. So that's kind of been my perspective on that. I don't think I'll go through all of these 8 questions, but we'll see. Can you share, this is number 4, share a personal challenge you faced in your own high performance journey and how you overcame it? So the person that sent this question, I'm not sure how long you've been following me or not. Probably there's challenges all the time, just with your business and just busy of life and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've been through a lot of personal challenges that have really challenged me. Probably the most recent one and the toughest one has been the loss of my daughter. She passed away last April, and at the end of April. And that has had a massive impact on me for obvious reasons. And still having to run my own business and look after my eldest daughter. I'm a single dad, and I don't say that for sympathy. I'm a single dad because I chose to be a single dad. And still being able to run my business, grow my business, look after my own health and wellness, and then continue to make progress as well in all of those areas of life. It's super challenging. And I'll tell you the thing that I have done to, and it doesn't just happen overnight. There's a lot that needs to go through. I started doing work in the advocacy space because I felt like I needed to do so. I'm never going to sit around doing nothing. I thought I need to do this, and so working on that advocacy stuff helped me stay connected with my daughter. And it's almost like she was talking to me, telling me, Dad, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to help other people. And I think it's really important in these painful moments to come up with a greater definition of, like where my daughter is. She's not suffering anymore. She's happy. She's doing all the things that she would want to do. Like whether you believe that or not, I'm not a religious person, but I think for me, coming to peace with all of that is really important, and coming up with a nice picture of what that looks like. And then I think what I derived before Christmas last year was kind of, I don't know if this is going to sound right, I was kind of a bit sick and tired of being sad, or feeling those waves of sadness. And I thought, I've got to use the loss of her to make me greater. And I just came up with how I could do that for myself. So I was just languaging to myself that I want to be the best version of myself. And if I do that, when we meet again, that we'll have a lot of great things to talk about. And I have her voice in my head saying that, let's just say that I want to no longer follow this healthy lifestyle. I have her like on my shoulder saying, Dad, what are you doing? Like that's not you. You didn't want to live like that. Just because I'm not here, I'm happy, I'm doing my thing. You've got to keep doing your thing as well. So it's really, that's been the toughest thing for me to do, but it's really powerful. So I carry her in here every day, and up here as well. And here, this is I have some of her ashes in here, and I wear that every day too. So she's always with me. Maybe I'll just do one more. Let me see. That's another mindset one. So this last one's about mindset too, but I like this one here. How do you stay updated with the latest nutrition science, and how do you sift through what's applicable to your clients? I have a feeling this has maybe come from somebody in the industry as well. And I'll tell you what I do. There's so many things that are like, people make up stories, people just publish stuff for sensationalism to get eyes on their views and all that kind of stuff. And so I get stuff every single day. And so I'll look at it and I'll say, oh, really? That sounds like I don't know, I'll make something up. So these are my iPods. So wearing iPods will add 15 years to your life. I say, oh, okay, really? And then, so I have a look into it, and I say, the latest research shows that blah, 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 blah. Now, keep in mind, I've just made that up, right? I don't think that's true. And then I'll go and have a look at the research. And this is, so my old strength and conditioning coach, he's a scientist, and I said, he's left brain, me being left brain. I said, so how do you do that? How do you have a look at all the latest research? And he says, I asked for the detail. And so it's like, okay, here's the headline. Now let's just keep drilling down. Oh, there's research. Okay, so what is that research? What does that research look like? And when you get into that level of detail, normally if it's an online thing, they should be quoting like a source, and you just keep drilling down further and further. So many of this research is based on such a small sample size that they probably shouldn't even be reporting it that way, because it's like, man, that's like so few people. I saw one study the other day, which was, I can't remember the topic, but it was some sensationalized thing, and they did this study on like 32 people. It's like, come on. And it was almost saying like the opposite of what I teach people and what I've come to learn and know that it's backed by like decades of science and everything. And it's like, it's articles like this that really confuse people. So one of the things that I do is I use AI. So for instance, if somebody says like the iPod thing again, I would then jump into AI. I've got version 4 of ChatGPT, so it gives you more iterations. And I would say, can you tell me about the latest research about this? And then you can ask AI. So can you tell me about what was that sample size? What was this? What was that? What was that? And you can do it that way. And so that's how I tend to do it. I use AI to really help sift through all of the different research and studies and stuff. All right, so last question. How do you, as in me, continuously find motivation to improve yourself, and how do you set your goals to ensure they're both challenging and achievable? So this is a really great question, because one of the things that I do is I focus, and I talk about it all the time. How do I become better? So my journey is like this. Every single day I come from the perspective of, how do I make today better than yesterday? How do I make tomorrow better than today? And so I'm looking for those little improvements. It's not like one day to the next is going to be terrible to awesome. It's like, what was something that was missing yesterday that I can add in today? Was it my sleep? Was it my water? Was it my my training? Was it my cardio? Did I not do as many steps? Did I feel a little bit more bloated? Did I have something that had a little bit more gluten in it yesterday? Am I feeling a little bit less focused today? Did I not get all my things done yesterday? All that kind of stuff. So because I'm very left brain, which means I plan and I'm very strategic and everything, I have all those things written down. So like today, for instance, later today, even though I'm over here going to a wedding later this afternoon, I've been for my walk this morning. I've done 2 podcasts, actually I've done 3 podcasts. I'm doing this now. I will go through my outcomes that I wanted to achieve by this time last week. And so I created a list of these are things that I want to do over the week. I'll go through and say, okay, what are the things I did? What didn't I do? And I can think of one off the top of my head that were to do with marketing that I wasn't as effective at. So I've got to make sure that I have a good focus on that for this next week. And then I set out, okay, what have I got on the horizon for this next week? So there's that part of it. When it comes to my health and wellness, I think, okay, well, I changed my workouts last week. Normally, so there's a helicopter going overhead. Normally I would do a big workout today. I can't do that. I could do a body weighted one, but I can't do my normal workout. So I might do a shorter workout, maybe for abs later, because I can just do that without any equipment, so that I've done something, so it checks that box, but I can't do my same workout. So I'll probably do that Monday. Actually, I'll do it Tuesday morning. So I get back Monday afternoon, then I'm with clients. So I focus on those things. I focus on my meal preparation as well, and I do that to make sure, so my freezer is full at the moment, make sure it was full before I left, so when I go back that I've got that food there. So there's a lot of steps to what I do each day to make sure that I'm living my best life, and there are some things each week, like that meal preparation. I tend to do that once a week. I do the grocery ordering by probably about Wednesday to be delivered like Thursday, Friday or Saturday morning, so I can do my cooking up and that kind of stuff. I save the time by not going to the supermarket to get all the stuff. I get it delivered. Saves time, saves money too, because you only buy what you see in your list. The other thing is that I make sure that I remain very committed to, so what is it that I want? What's the aesthetics that I want? What's the feeling in my mind? What's the focus that I want? What's the energy that I want? I want to be pain-free. Am I keeping my heart strong? Am I doing all those sorts of things as well? And why I got started to begin with. So like I said before about my daughter, like tapping that in there. So it's like, well, I'm never going to stop doing what I'm doing. And for me, that just helps me stay motivated. But it's hard, right? I deliberately put these things in for me to do every single day, and to make sure I do them. So I don't know of any other person on the planet that does 2 podcasts every single day, which is how I've gotten to, I don't know, we're up to about 3,200 podcasts or more now. I do it every day. I deliberately do it because it forces me to do it. It forces me to think about topics. It forces me to do things, and I just do it. And then there's a whole bunch of other things that I do as well, because that helps me live my best life. So I've attached it, if you like, let's go back to the iPad case. So imagine that's that's your health and wellness in the center of say a page or a whiteboard, and then you have these bubbles around you, almost like an octopus. And I put so health and fitness, and then let's say wealth creation, business or career, relationships, and you can have different bubbles. Maybe there's your intimate relationship with your kids, relationships with friends, family, etc., spirituality, and any other boxes there. So some time ago, what I said was, in order for me to be great in all of these, it all stems from here, because they're all connected. There's all tentacles going out to here. So if this is bad, these will all suffer. So that was a major shift for me, and I did that years and years ago, and that really helped me. But you've got to be focused. And the other thing that really drives me is, like, here on Sunday, I'm on a holiday, but most people wouldn't be doing what I'm doing here right now. So I think about, what does it take to be successful? And if you think about success as a pointer or a pyramid, or the pointy tip of the spear, up here there's a lot of room, right? It's not very crowded. It's the bottom. I think about a pyramid, it's the bottom that's crowded. That's where most people are. But if you want to achieve a level of success and greatness in all of those areas that I said of your life, or just if it's your health and wellness, then you've got to do what most people do not do, and that is be consistent. And for me, I have a great coach, JT Fox, #1 wealth coach in the world, and he is in my head every single day. He inspires me to bring out the best in himself. So if you want to use me as your example, you could say, what would Rob be doing? Say you're about to make a poor choice, or you're not eating food, or you're not going to do your workout, you're not going to do something. So what would Rob do? Rob would say, go and do it. Go do the workout. Don't eat that, eat this. Is that moving you closer to your goals or further away? It doesn't mean you shouldn't have it ever, but it's like, if that's what you're commonly going to, say, well, that's moving me further away from my goal, so I'm not going to do that, I'll do something else instead. Do that, have that mindset, and you will find that you're doing what most people will not, which will make you a success and them not. So that's it for today. Sorry, this was a long one, but I could keep going for hours. All right, have a great week, everybody. I'll see you next week.